Hello Tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. I wasn't planning to make this one just yet, but I've got a quiet couple of hours in the house while my wife is out, because she's even working into the evenings now. Great company she works for. So there's so much tipper-tapping of computer keyboards in the room next to me. It's getting really hard to make videos, so I apologise. And if she wasn't doing all that tippy-tapping, we'd be on the street. So I've got 3 shout-outs to make. If you go to the description as usual, would you please do me a favour and check them out? As I always say, you know, I know there are a lot of guys out there that don't like everything I like and vice versa. So even if you just check them out, and if you could just pop a like on the first video you see, even if you only do that, it just helps those guys get along. At least 2 of them have got, you know, low sub counts. Yeah, please check them out. As I say, it's even if you're not, I mean, 2 of them are like war games, figure painting, and gaming probably, and the other one is military modelling that covers miniature models, funny enough, and figures. So yeah, if you maybe, you know, even if it's not 100% your cup of tea, if you could maybe subscribe, you don't have to put the bell icon on. Just again, it just all helps these guys get a bit of traction and hopefully get a few subs. So let me put the reading bins on. Now I really can't see anything, and I apologise for the glare, and we'll see what we've got. So these are in no order. I've just actually literally subscribed to the one guy. I noticed he got 10 subs, and I thought, well, let's do him a favour and see if we can get him 11. Right, and this is a shout out to a channel called Miniature Hobbies. I think he's only got 2 or 3 vids, and he's got some ancients up at the moment, and he gave a quick flash of some Napoleonics, just one stand that he says he's going to be showing on another video. As you know, obviously I enjoy painting my War Games figures, and I'd like to see this fella, I'll say 10 subs. You know, he's done what I've always say to people: give coming onto YouTube a go. It has drawbacks, of course it does. You'll get some hate, you'll get some flaming, all that rubbish. Just block them. They just don't take it. Just take it on the chin, but don't let them get to you. Press the block button, gone. But you'll meet like-minded people. Does that make sense? You know, I haven't wargamed for a fair old while now, a number of years. I'm hoping to again, but as I say, the problem is with my PTSD and everything, memory problems. I wouldn't exactly be a great opponent to face, because I can't remember anything. But I'm hoping to do some solo stuff. I've got my little 2 mils that I've been working on. I've got a whole 2 10mm armies of League of Augsburg in that cupboard back there, and I've got other irons in the fire. So a lot of what I do is painting and selling. I can't help that. Obviously I don't work, so with my head problems, so and I'm not on benefits. Oh, this is a shout out, Gav. The lads know all this, and lasses as well. They know all this. They don't need to know it again for the 1000th time. I apologise. So, but I can't edit, so I'm not editing that out. So Miniature Hobbies, fella's got 10 subs. Can we get him some more? You know, just give him some traction and make him want to hang around and make some more videos, because he's got some nice figures. So the second one is Darren Stanway. He's in New Zealand, and he also paints figures. Like me, just about any type of, well, I don't know if he does the larger scale figures, but all the War Games figures he does, and I believe he does commission painting as well on the side, or maybe even full time, I'm not sure. But he does some lovely work. They go, again, all scales, all periods of history, which, you know, I'm very much like. I've said this over and over again. I wish I could be that person, and there are a load of you out there that like one subject. It's just it's like the guy I'm painting for my commission at the moment. He's mad on Napoleonics and on particular areas of Napoleonics, and I just can't do that. There's certain subjects I really like, certain subjects I really like. There isn't much I don't like, and the problem is that I see figures, especially if they're nicely sculpted figures, I just want to paint them. We all know I've got my, you know, some favourites, and it varies. I like a lot of the Vietnam War. Well, like, you know, I read up a lot on the Vietnam War. I go all the way back, and I love early Imperial Rome. Am I supposed to be looking over here or over here? I love early Imperial Rome. Favourite, I think I've mentioned this before again, favourite Roman Emperor, Vespasian. And so I like a lot of that era, and when Caesar was in the civil wars with Pompey and that. So I've got all that. I love colonial wars, British colonial wars. You don't tend to see a lot of it on my channel, just simply because if I'm doing it for myself, it's like I like the wars against the Mahdi, but like the Zulu War for me, 28mm. I've played 28mm, and you're really doing it for me. That there's I don't know why I'm saying there's not enough on the table when you can do other wars that equally. I don't know, but I tend not to do colonial myself, but I enjoy seeing it, and I've never actually, I don't think I've actually really painted. The one subject which I am really keen on in the colonial period of, which is the Indian Mutiny. I've got one lowly regiment that still needs a couple of figures to add to it, but I have said to myself I'm going to add to that in the coming months, should I get the money and the chance with a new pup coming, to get the time to do it, especially as I've just taken on another subject. Anyway, we're trying to shout Darren out here, and he's getting lost in all the translation, isn't he? So what I'm trying to say is, like this fella from New Zealand, I like a lot of military history, and I like painting military history. He does it nicely, he does it well, and I always like to see what he's got to again, like me, I'm not trying to put his editing skills down. It's just like point and shoot, and I like that, because for me, a lot of it is just as if you're talking about, you know, where it could be model cars, it could be model ships. It's like, why am I going like that when it's there? Anyway, model ships, you know what I'm like. I've got actually a video coming up where you'll see another ship that a good member of the channel sent me. Well, ship. Yeah, it's still classed as a ship, I think. Anyway, digressing again. So please go and check out Darren and see what he's got to offer. Again, he should have a lot more subs. And then the last one is LM Military Modelling. He's in Italy, and he does, you know, there's a lot of Italian subjects, obviously, but he was so lucky he got to go to Monte Sant'Avino, which is it's a small hill town, you know, like they're like half walled and all that type of stuff, and it's probably become the best known figure painting competition in the world, I'd say, and it's I don't know if they do 28mm, but it's mainly for busts and large scale figures. But he did a great video from there, and I'll never get to see it. And I was really appreciative of him going around, and obviously he can't film everything, but you know, taking as much as he could. But he does some cracking work as well, some really nice work. So go check him out. And I'm trying to. I should have wrote this down actually. No, I can't. I was going to say I do know the lad's name. It just won't. Head shattered. I just can't get it to work today. So that's it really. Let's quickly go run through this again without me rambling. Miniature Hobbies, Darren Stanway, and LM Military Modelling. Please go and check these guys out. They're well deserved. They do some lovely work, and I always think anybody puts a head above the parapet and does a video for other people to enjoy. You know, we should give them as much support as we can. So look after yourselves. To those guys, thanks for putting your videos up. I've enjoyed them. And yeah, we'll catch each other soon on another video. And we're going through this stage at the moment. Wife's out on one of them works Christmas outings, well, meals, tomorrow night. So I might be able to get another video in. And if I do, I'm looking around, and it's supposed to be a Napoleonic one. I've got Napoleonic figures to show you. Only thing is, I'm painting about 4 different lots of Napoleonic figures, so it could be anything and any scale. Well, 18-28mm anyway. I've also got another project. Whether it becomes for myself or whether I end up selling them on, I don't know. But I've also, when I was saying about military history again, I like the. I've never been a big medieval history fan. I know. Don't throw that plate armour at me. It hurts. But I like, if I like anything, I like the late medieval period. So you know what I'm saying? Italian wars, and well, the Landsknechts fighting apart from in Italy, and apart from against the Swiss. They were fighting against other in Burgundia and all that, weren't they, with fellow mercenaries, Peasants' War and all that. So late medieval, I like that. I love the gendarmes and that, and I love the condottiere, oh, like a native, and I'm from the Black Country too. Yeah, we can speak about 20 different languages here. But yeah, I like that period. So my plan was not to. I actually got. Well, I bought a box of armoured Landsknechts, so the ones with breastplates. And I think, to be honest with you, they, without having any books and any massive knowledge, I think they operated not particularly with armour at the front and that. I think they were mainly mixed because they were mercenaries, so it was who had armour and who didn't. It was just luck of the draw, really, what money you had or pinched off the body of a dead man. So there was some Warlord, which I believe used to be Pro Gloria back in the day, and I used to enjoy. I did like them back in the day, and I was going to get some back in the day. It's gone a few years ago now, but yeah, some of their plastic Landsknechts, they were going, I think, 18 quid, I believe, with the postage, and you can't get them normally, I think, for less than over 20, 22, 25 quid or something. So I just thought, oh, I'll have them, because I've always wanted to paint Landsknechts. Now, painting Landsknechts commercially, I cannot see working. Painting Napoleonics commercially isn't really workable. But Landsknechts, I know there's a lot of guys out there, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Gav, is it a hot rod? No, it isn't. But I've never heard of that one. No, but like hot rods, they're very colourful soldiers. So yeah, the box is supposed to be with me, I think, tomorrow or the next day, and but I'll end up. No, I'm not going to say I'm going to end up selling them. They could just be something that just goes in my many collections and gets added to over time. Or the way finances are at the moment, they may well be painted and sold, but I just know that I'll just get nothing for them, not for the money. I'll explain to you guys that don't know what Landsknechts are when you see the box. I can at least go, because I don't like putting photographs up and stuff because of how tight YouTube is on rights to photos and music and all that stuff, and I never know if I'm doing the right or doing the wrong thing. So forgive me if you do know what Landsknechts are. You've got to understand, I have so many different within roughly the figure painting, modelling world, wargaming. I have a lot of Maras doing different subjects, and some will know loads of what I'm talking about and others won't, yeah. But anyway, that wasn't why I was going to do some of those condottiere knights, or gendarmes for the French, whatever you want to call them. But I love the plate armour on the horses and that, and I love the is it barding? Because some of the plate armour sometimes used to be painted on or covered up with fancy tapestries, more or less. They're literally walking tapestries, and I like that a lot. And I like the very late medieval, when they say at the high point of Italian armour design. Check out the Wallace collection. No, nothing to do with Gromit. It's not little plasticine blokes. There's a a museum called the Wallace Collection, and if you put the Wallace Collection on YouTube, I'm sure there'll be loads of it, and you'll see the different armour from all over medieval periods, but I'm sure they'll have stuff from the Italian Wars and that late, doesn't matter if it have to be Italian Wars, but late medieval, you know, like 1490s to 1550s type of thing. Right. I'll have to put Ramble on this now, won't I? Because I've completely derailed those lads' shout outs. But they will be in the description. Bad couple of days with this again. I need that pop. Get me out myself again. It'll start getting me head not so yampy. So anyway, I'm saying that. What am I talking about? He's going to be chewing through every cable I've got. He's going to be carrying off every model kit that I've got sitting around on the floor. It's going to be hard work. So look after yourselves. Please check these fellas out. They're well worth it. And yeah, we'll catch you on another one pretty soon.